Hello, my name is Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to talk to you all about why you can't be letting other people get you mad. It's easier said than done, but this video is going to be a must. So, essentially, let's say you're at your job and someone walks in and they just unload on you. It's not fair, it's not right, but the thing is, you cannot let them get to you. You cannot let them get you mad. You have to be in a you have to practice it. Practice building up a wall, practice building up a tolerance as to not letting them in. And I will tell you why right now. And if you notice, my armband isn't on. I lost some weight, some body fat, so it just fell off. Because I guess I keep a lot of fat in my arms, and the armbands are one way to tell. So I'll be upgrading the body band, making it a little tighter. I didn't really know that was a thing, but I've never wore armbands until that armband. But back to the topic. So what exactly happens when you let someone get you mad? Sometimes that's all a dark entity needs to get in, is just to have you mad. Just to have you, it doesn't matter what you're mad about. It could be absolutely anything. Let's say it's you are defending a child because someone says something mean to the child. You lose your cool, you pop off, you get really dark, and then you start yelling and screaming, even though it's for a good reason. Yeah, it's for a good reason, but what just happened is you lost your cool. Now, whatever was around the person who was mean to the child, for example, is like, okay, sweet, new attachment. What does that mean? You let your guard down, and that is sometimes how dark entities will get into your aura. That's how they'll follow you home. That's how they'll latch onto you. Then let's do for an example, because none of you will really recognize it, and that's the scary thing. Now, some days, I'm going to teach you an example right now because it took me a long time to be able to see this to help people, but some days nothing can make you mad. And then other days, even the tiniest little text, the tiniest little thing will have you so upset and so disgruntled and so dismayed, and you're just like, why did this one text get me so bad? Like, why did this one person saying this something that was not even that bad to me, and it just made me lose, I'm not, just say that you're at home and everything was going well, or you thought everything was going well, and then boom, one text just ruined your whole day. The thing is, that's not just you. There's outlying factors, there's outlying things that contribute to the way we feel. So we have guides around us, but even with our guides around us, we live in the world of the in-between, so there's other things watching us as well. So if you have something dark near you, it's going to be emphasizing your ability to not be able to cope with certain things. So let's say you got knocked off guard, and then instead of getting back on your feet, you were not able to get back on your feet, and then someone sent you something really nasty and something really mean, and then you're just in a fog because of it, and it stuck with you. Well, guess what? You lost your cool, and then what happens is everything else. It's kind of like opening the door. Think of it as the battering ram, like bah, 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 and then the doors come fumbling down. Maybe you repair the doors before you go out or into the next, whatever you do throughout your day. But the thing is, when someone gets you to lose your cool, it could be someone who's like, and I made a TikTok and a short about it, but when people get up in your face, that's the one thing that'll make you completely lose your cool. You'll feel your blood boil. By blood boil, it's like you'll feel very hot, you'll feel very angry. That's the entity that's attached to them hopping over to you because you're more of a fresh target. That person had no energy in them trying to make you mad, and that's the entity on the person who is getting the energy off the person who is trying to get you upset. And the second they get you upset, that dark entity, that vampiric entity who's sucking their energy and draining their energy, hops over to you because you're a fresh target. You're like, oh, cool, this person, they're new. Like, now they just started having a bad day. Maybe they're having a great day before and they're full of all this energy, and that vampiric entity is now latched onto you. That person who is really nasty and mean to you, most of the time they'll feel better unless you don't give them the peace of mind of letting you, if you don't get bothered at all, one thing you'll notice is that person gets insane upset. Like something, like you guys can practice this. So next time someone tries to get you mad, or the next time someone tries to get really to you or through your aura or into your mind or into your mental space, when you watch what happens when you don't let them get to you, it will cook and eat them, and it'll defeat them more than any argument you're about to throw with them. So that person and the entity on that person, they're worse than they started out with, and they have less energy because you never gave them your energy. When you decide to fight back with someone, when you decide to give someone your peace of mind, when you decide to dig in, when you feel like you really, really had to say it, like it was bothering you, and that you just had to dig in, when you come up with the self-control to not let loose and not let go, that person doesn't get your energy. Even if the walls come down, even for a second, those walls came down, now they're in free energy for them, free energy for the entity, and you're feeling less energized. You might be noticing less opportunities. You might be noticing certain things because you let that person in. The doors came down, the entity, and we're talking about one entity. So basically, the gates come down, that whatever is on that person now transfers over to you because you're a fresh target, and whatever else notices it because you get set off like a red flag, and then you start noticing everything goes downhill, and it turns into a bad day, into a bad week, then a bad month, and you're just like, what happened? What's going on? Like, did someone do something with me? No. The thing is, you have to put your guard back up. You have to be able to establish a foundation where you don't let certain things in. So you can practice it. You guys have to make your own practices when it comes to, okay, like you have to come up with, I like to say, a rotation. So basically, when someone gets you mad, what do? You pull back, you stay quiet, you don't answer your phone, whatever you have to do, because every single person's different. So come up with a rotation. Your rotation will never lead you wrong. Let's just say, when you get out of bed, and stick to a schedule, I like to say, stick to a rotation. So when someone's firing negative energy at you, come up with a way for you to cope. Just kind of like look away, don't look at them. Like maybe it's your job and you deal with people. Maybe you occasionally counter someone like that. Maybe when you go out, when you're shopping, or maybe you're just at the gym and like someone's trying to bully you on a machine. Be like, yeah, you can have the machine. Yeah, whatever, I don't really care. Or like, just take away the energy, because guess what? The creator is going to deal with them. Just give it to God. It's not yours to handle. You're not going to do anything that the creator is not able to do. Like we can't even fathom how he deals with people who, I mean, it might feel good for you to yell at them and scream at them, but guess what? Now the karma is not just on them, it's on you too, because you're not supposed to initiate yelling and screaming at the person and frustrating. Maybe you're swearing and cursing at them, and then you get home and you're like, oh, I felt that bad. Like, oh, I really fought someone off today. Ooh, I feel better. But guess what? Now you're a part of their karma. Whatever's dark on them is not around you, because they're like, oh, this person's just as bad. Let's see if we can do this to more people. And you're going to start noticing more situations with you having to fight people. And you're like, huh, I fought 3 people this week. Or, oh, I'm arguing with 3 people this week. And, oh, like, I'm getting into it with people now. No. Cut that out. Because it turns into a cycle. Preserve your energy. Open both your hands and say, I call my energy back to me. You're going to feel something. You're going to feel a tingle, a vibration, an energy sensation, something. But don't let people get under your skin. Some people will do everything they can to get under your skin. I've been in the gym, and certain people just had to work out on top of where I was working out. And they're looking for all the energy, because fights are energy. They're the highest low form of vibration of energy. It's like the easiest way for someone to get energy. And people will pick fights just because they're energy deficit, but that's not your job. The thing is, they're gonna get what they're looking for with the wrong person. But maybe it's not you. Maybe you're someone who wants to work towards your highest path, to achieve your highest goal, to become the best person you want to become. And you're there responding to people's fights. Guess how much that sets you back? Maybe your angel had an opportunity lined up, and you're like, I think they need to wait, because when this person yells and screams at them, they're going to fight with them like, gym equipment. Like, they fight over gym equipment, so they're not going to be able to handle this new advanced position with all these new people around them. You get what I mean? But the thing is, don't respond to it. Be nice to everyone. You know what kills people the most? You know what? When people look for you for a fight, when they come for your throat, you know what scares them and makes them highly uncomfortable? And you guys can practice this. I've taught a video about this before. Smile. And first of all, it's a wolf showing their teeth. It's like a lion just kind of like showing their teeth. And I have a St. Mark lion statue back there, but the camera's blurred out, whatever. But when you smile, it assures that you're comfortable in your environment. You're confident. This is my environment. Like, I'm fine. I'm good. I have God backing me. I have angels backing me. I have my ancestors backing me. I'm completely fine. Yeah, this is my environment. And a lot of people can't smile for more than 30 seconds. So they're going to think something's... Their alarms will go off in their brain. Your serotonin's being released. Your dopamine's being released. You're not releasing any not any bad energy or bad hormones. And it's putting your good, happy hormones up, and it's suppressing the bad ones. You're pushing the person away because they're going to think you're a crazy person smiling at someone. They've probably never encountered it, but that's your best defense. Just keep smiling. Even if it's hard to hold your smile, keep holding the smile because it's protecting you. It's helping you stay happy. And then whatever the person is, just let them run past you, because if you do this in traffic too, don't ever road rage with people. I'll make a whole video on that. Don't road rage with people, because all the energy from the road rage is going to your car. I'm gonna write that down after this video, but yeah, that's a good topic to talk about. The energy of when you let someone in and their demons around you, things around you will start falling apart. Your car will start falling apart because you yelled and screamed at someone in a road rage. And guess what? Now, like, you're having tire problems because you're going too fast, but your foot is an extension of your body, and the car is an extension of what you're in, and the energy from maybe your heart chakra is in imbalance, and you're projecting it into your environment because you feel like you're in a really bad mood. Now the energy is going to the pedal. It's going into your car, to the other person's car. They're having car problems because you sent them negative energy because you were yelling and screaming, and it still comes back to you because it's karmic. The thing is, if you send bad energy to someone, so something happens to their car, it's going to happen to your car, so you learn to not do it again. And regardless, you could have all just completely avoided this by turning your head. If someone drives in traffic and they give you the middle finger, one thing, like, because people will just be crazy drivers just to be crazy drivers. So when they give you this finger, you can give this finger, but this finger goes to God. You just give their energy to God. You reject it. Be like, I'm on my path to do the right thing. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. So when they want to give you this finger, give them this finger. Just be like, okay, handing it to God. I'm not here to deal with that. That's not my karma. That's not my situation. That's not my energy. I reject it. I don't want to deal with it. You keep it. I don't want to deal with the demons on the person, the dark entities, whatever is on them. Guess how easily avoided it is when you just practice. Get into a mechanism, and get into a rotation, a defensive positions for. Just come up with something, because you have to prepare. You have to prepare the best you can for certain situations. So for me, it's at the gym. When people get aggressive at the gym, I smile at them and I say, okay, you can have the machine. May the machine may you be blessed on the machine. May this machine be amazing for you, because if you want to steal it from me, that's you. But the Creator sees all things. I'm going to hand it to Him. It's not in our hands. If we pick up a problem like, oh yeah, I want to fight you over this machine, then guess what? The Creator's like, okay, you can deal with it. If you want to deal with it, you deal with it. I can deal with it better, but if you want to prove a point to yourself, waste your energy, have their attachments onto you, and completely be upset the whole day and the whole week or the whole month, then that's that. All of this is avoided by not letting other people's demons in, by not letting them get to you, by letting people not get you mad. It sounds a lot harder. I mean, it's easier said than done, and it sounds harder than it is, but once you practice, the thing is practice, because there's people out here who, if the people who are masters at conversation are people who practice conversation. Like, there are certain people who, like, they'll go door to door and they'll sell certain things, and you're like, how did the person sign me up for, let's just say, insurance on my, whatever. But if the person knows the formula of the conversation, and they know how the conversation is going to go, same thing with you. When someone tries to present a fight towards you, just be like, no, thank you. Like, yeah, you can have it. Oh, yeah, nice. The thing is, you can practice certain things. Like I say, turn your body, don't barely give them eye contact. That alone is going to cut the cords and hooks off. But this whole video is about just keep your cool, especially when other people are getting up in your face. Especially, like, guess the rewards. Let's just say the rewards are very major for when you are able to keep your cool. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Hopefully, the purpose of me making this video is to help you guys become better people, help you guys deal with less negative energy, and help your blessings just roll through, because my advice is just here to help you and help you elevate to your highest path. Watch what happens when you refuse other people's negative energy and when you don't let people's negative energy or negative entities in just by acknowledging them when they're trying to fight or looking for a fight. When people are looking for a fight, look towards God and he'll resolve it for you. Do your part and be like, just walk away from it. Don't do the fight, because then that fight, it comes home with you in several different ways. But until then, I have given you a piece of knowledge that you guys can practice. Remember the rotation, practice a way for you guys to deal with people trying to fight with you, and you're going to be completely fine. You're at one point when you get good at it, and some of you are already good at it, you'll just laugh it off. I'm like, this person tried to fight me today. I feel bad for them, because they're going to find, those people always find a fight with someone else who's also looking for a fight, and it gets ugly just because of their own energy met their own energy. Same thing on the road. If you're doing 35 and one person behind you is doing 50 and the other person behind you is doing, maybe another person's going 50, if you ever put your eyes way at the front of the road, those people always almost hit each other or actually hit each other, because two people who are exactly alike will cancel each other out. These people are supposed to be going 35 and they're going 50, and they meet each other at the end of the road because they're both swerving around, and something always happens. I see in Florida, I always call it, and when I'm in Florida, I'm doing the speed limit, and people are like, what are you doing? The speed limit's 35, and you're going almost 36, and they're going like 40, and like they're flipping me off, and like and I'm like, hi, and they're always looking like, it softens the blow when you're just smiling at them, just waving like, hi, yeah, thank you. And the thing is, their own energy gets matched, and I always see it at the end of the road, people meeting people who have the exact same energy. I've seen people get kicked out of gyms, because I remember, I'll tell you a personal story. Some guy tried to fight me in a gym because he just kind of bullied me on the equipment, and he was a guy who just walked around trying to fight people at the gym, and I'm like, I told the people at the front desk, they did absolutely nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna give it to God. And guess what? He found someone else who was looking for a fight. Both dudes had face tats. Let's just say it didn't go well, and I didn't see either of them after that. But that's not... People's demons will fight each other just for energy. Don't bring people's demons home with you. Don't allow people's negative energy to attach to you just by you reacting to the fight. That's what this entire video is about. There's so many different mechanisms to it, but get into a rotation, some kind of defense. Just you're smiling and being nice is a defense alone. It really does work. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!